Hello, my name is Mika Carter of Just Conversion Marketing, and I'm going to walk you through 3 Keap campaigns that are for lead nurturing and converting people from an in-person event into an ebook nurture, to a consultation nurture, and ultimately to becoming clients. So this is part 1 of my campaign, or my first campaign in this 3-part series. And this is really intended to be something that nurtures people directly from the conference. So they would click on the trade show landing page. They would scan from my booth and get to the trade show landing page. And this just has a quick welcome video and invitation to download the ebook and potentially get a spot for a free consultation. I'm offering limited free consultations, just over a 10-day period, 2 meetings a day. So they can choose whether or not they would like more consultations or more traffic from this virtual field. And we are able to use that later on to segment them. So that's a very useful feature. I talk a little bit about the ebook and about my business, and hopefully they fill out the form. So that gets them into this campaign. There's also a web form that I may put on my website to get people there as well. I do then use that virtual field to segment people into the more traffic or more bookings campaign. They are very similar, but I just speak a little bit more to their specific goals in a few key places. Again, our goal here is to get them to download the ebook. So for the most part, people are going to fly through this campaign. The first one, it just delivers the ebook and talks a little bit about how it will help them get more showroom traffic and sales. And then also it has an invitation to the 1-hour consultation. On the thank you page of the original landing page, directly from that thank you page, they also can book the consultation. Keep in mind, anyone who's already booked that consultation, that is the goal that ends this campaign. So they wouldn't see that invite in that email if they had already booked it. They would be jumping all the way down to here in the campaign, which is really the end. We just have a fulfillment email that says, you know, your consultation is booked. So we also nurture them in the middle with some value and just offer them testimonial. I have a link to a YouTube video they can watch from one of my clients who talk about how me using marketing automation for their business has helped them. There is some top influencer tips, which is a Keap ebook. Again, just offering value. And finally, we remind them, hey, we do have these free consultations, although they are limited, and they have an opportunity to click on free consultation to go directly to the Calendly page and book it here or here. Okay. Once they fulfill that, they will go into the next campaign. And so we'll go to the next campaign. One thing to note is everyone, you may have noticed when I did the decision diamond, everyone will be getting the email confirmation request, regardless which segment they're in here. On the second campaign, at this point, people have converted on the free consultation, and we just want to let them know, well, they either have converted or there were no more spaces available. So if they've converted, they are in the main follow-up for if they already have a marketing automation platform, or if they don't have a marketing automation platform, that is another virtual field. We're displaying it a little bit differently, but it's another virtual field that we're using in our next campaign. This one's a little bit more content rich because we're trying to get them to book their kickoff, which ultimately requires them to request a proposal, pay their deposit, and then choose a kickoff date. So we talk a little bit more about what they'll get and have some testimonials and some FAQs. So once they have gotten through here, and also notice, I just want to notice here, there's a few emails in this. If they've already booked the kickoff, it's a conversation I can have with them in person. If they're still getting nurtured, I again offer some value, but I have this third email that really focuses in on the marketing automation platform, speaks a little bit differently whether they have one, and we'll be talking about migration support and comparing products versus if they don't have one and they need to know the value of having a marketing automation platform and the difference it can make for their business. And from here, they can download this Keap overview. If they click any of these links, they get dumped into or added to the third campaign, which is specifically for a Keap Nurture. So we want them to request promotions, and then we want them to use the pricing calculator. And ultimately, we want them to request a free trial. And there's a follow-up task for them to request that free trial. And once it's set up, that's another manual task. Once it's set up, they've completed this campaign. Back to the second canvas, you can see that we have over here, that we have actually a second nurture that's going on underneath each of the main nurtures. And that's really just the reminder that this is a limited time opportunity. So the reason I separated that is because I can keep the rest of the nurture and just delete these segments, which talk about, you have one more day. Based on where they are in the campaign, it will speak directly to what they need to do to be eligible for the $6,000 in free gifts. So for example, if you're right here, you've already signed, we're just saying, hey, you're so close, you're almost there. Well, this is where people have already signed. And we just need you to book your kickoff. So that's a very different messaging than somebody who hasn't even, requested a consultation yet. So, but everywhere along the way, we're making sure that we're speaking to them. I should say, whether they've booked a consultation, whether they've requested a proposal, whether they have paid but have not booked it yet, we have a messaging toward that same end. We have integrated the campaign with Proposalify, so that when people fill out this form to request the proposal, we have a Zap that actually creates a proposal in Proposalify, and all they have to do is select which package they want and sign it. We pre-sign it before we send it to them, and then that marks them as one. We've got several Zaps. I don't have time to get into them all, but we do have several Zaps that support the campaign. When we send the proposal, when they sign it, when we win it, when they make a payment in QuickBooks, that's advancing people along this campaign, along with the direct integrations that Proposalify has. So from manage QuickBooks, I can push here and it puts the proposal directly into QuickBooks and line items everything out. And then I just manually have a task in the campaign for me to come in here and make sure everything's correct and send it to the client. Campaign 2. And finally, I just want to talk about the people who are overflow. If they were unable to book a consultation because there wasn't enough space, it says right on the landing page form, which I will find, that there is a waiting list. So they can click here to join the waiting list, and it brings them to a web form. And that's how they get into the second part of the campaign. So if they're here, they get a follow-up email that says, bummer, you're on a waiting list, but hey, if you really want to work with us, request a proposal, and that pushes them up to the rest of the campaign. We value this campaign at just under $200,000. We expect that with the 20 slots that we will get 25% of them to convert. So that'll be 5 conversions. And we think probably 2 of those people, 10% of the total would be people who would be either needing a marketing automation platform or would be willing to upgrade. And based on those numbers and what their one-time and their annual, their monthly fee is, multiplied by 12 for their annual, we expect a total value of $198,440 at a minimum if we meet our goals. And I don't see any reason why we shouldn't. Thank you for listening to my presentation.